Hi, it's Evan Pagan. In this training series, we're going to learn how to turn the knowledge we have into information products and advice that we can sell for high prices online. In this session, you're going to have a lot of fun because first, we're going to test your emotional intelligence, and then you're going to learn one of the most powerful formulas or blueprints for creating a successful information or knowledge product, like an ebook, a video training program, or a membership website. And you're going to get a chance to win one of 4 iPads or even a brand new MacBook Pro with the fancy new Retina display that I'm giving away to people who do the exercise at the end of this video and then post it to their Facebook or Twitter account. So, before we dive in and learn about our first blueprint, I want to give you a quick introduction, tell you a little bit about who I am, and explain why you should pay attention to what you're about to learn. And probably the most important reason to pay attention and learn this material is because I'm very successful at creating and marketing information and knowledge products online. And I've successfully helped thousands of other people do it all around the world as well. Now I have to do a little bragging here, which isn't really usually my style, but you need to know that I've got the goods. So take a look at some of this stuff. I've launched over 10 different products that have each done over $1 million in sales so far. Some of my products have sold far more than that. And to give you an idea of what information products look like and how much they can be sold for, let me show you a few of our information products, some of the things that I've created in the past few years, and show you how they've done. So this is a course that I call my Altitude Business Training Program. It's a home study course that we sell for about $3,000. The home study course and the original live version of the program we've sold over $4.5 million worth of that program. My Wake Up Productive Time Management and Productivity Training Program that we sell online, sold over $1 million worth of that course. Here's my Ignition course, teaching the top business models if you're looking to start a business online. We've sold over $1 million worth of that course. My Guru Information Product Trainings, these have sold anywhere from $2,000 up to $12,000 a year. We've done something like $15 million in sales. And then there's my main business, kind of our real business, which sells about $20 million per year worth of information products on dating and relationships. And over there we sell everything from ebooks at $20 a piece up to video courses for multi-hundreds of dollars. And as a result of my success, I've been featured in books. Tony Robbins invited me to do an interview for his New Money Masters program. I've been invited to be a guest lecturer at the USC Marshall School of Business, teaching their entrepreneur school. And they have one of the top entrepreneur schools in the country, so that was a real treat. And one of my favorites, I was invited to interview Sir Richard Branson live on stage. And then after I did that interview, he asked me to interview him at his own charity event in Los Angeles. And in addition to all these other successes, I also advise and invest in some very successful companies. People from all around the world come and visit my online websites every hour of every day. And typically every hour we sell thousands of dollars worth of information products, coaching, training, and so forth. And yes, this happens even while I'm sleeping, which is really the cool part. I started my company literally from my bedroom at a point when I was unemployed. I just had a computer. I started with one ebook that I wrote in a few weeks. It was an ebook of dating advice. And again, now I've created 10 different products that have done over $1 million in sales. And the best part, I still work from home. And I'm actually at home in my new apartment right now making this series of videos for you. Okay, so we're done with the bragging. Stick with me, watch these videos, and particularly do the exercises that I give you at the end and use these techniques to build your information product business. Oh, and make sure to share the exercises that you do and the results that you do with me and everyone else down below this video, because you just might win yourself a new iPad or a new MacBook Pro. Now the idea for this series of videos that you're watching right now, and for the 10-week training program that I'm going to be launching after I release these videos, is that I'm teaching you a set of blueprints. And these are the underlying blueprints and methods that I personally use, that I've developed myself and learned from some great mentors and teachers that have helped me create so many successes, one after the other, online. In fact, most information products, like most other products, don't sell well at all. My products, on the other hand, have almost all been successful, and we still offer almost every product that I've ever created to this day. Okay, so first, let's test your emotional intelligence, and then we'll learn how to use what you learn in the test to build information products that people already want to buy and that they'll pay high prices for. So here's the emotional intelligence test. Can you remember a time when you really wanted something, and then you got it, and you loved it? Okay, can you remember a time you really wanted something, you got that thing that you wanted, and you loved it? See if you can remember how it felt emotionally. You might even want to close your eyes and just kind of feel into your chest, feel into your stomach, feel into your body. See if you can remember how it felt to want that thing and then get it. Remember that great feeling that you got. Okay, you feel that? Okay, next, can you remember a time when you were worried about something? Okay, seriously. And for this exercise, let's choose something that maybe you were only a little bit or a medium amount of worried about. We're not looking for a major fear or a traumatic experience, okay? We're just using a little bit of the emotion to get a feel for how this works. Now, see if you can go back to that time when you had that worry and imagine as if it was right now, okay? See if you can feel into that moment emotionally. Okay, can you feel what it was like to have that worry? What emotion were you feeling when you had that worry? Was it fear? Was it anxiety? Was it embarrassment? Again, feel inside your body. Notice if you can feel where the feeling is inside of you. Right? Notice that emotions, they have a body feeling that go with them. Right? They have characteristics that match them. And by the way, these are only the aspects of your emotions that you can feel. There are other parts of your emotions that interact with your thinking, with your body, that you can't feel. We're just feeling the part that we can remember. Okay, now to wrap up, think about something that you wanted and you got again and how enjoyable it was. And see if you can remember what that emotion felt like. See if you can name that emotion. Okay, was it happiness? Was it joy? Was it glee? Like, what would you call that emotion? Okay, good. So, to the degree that you can remember your emotional experiences and then feel those emotions and then know what emotion you were feeling, you have emotional intelligence. And this emotional intelligence, which you should begin practicing daily, by the way, is the key to creating an information product that people want to pay you money for. And here's why. Now, this is a very important lesson that I originally learned from Michael Bash, one of the co-founders of FedEx, which, as you know, is one of the most successful companies in the world. When you create an information product, you tend to think that you're selling information. You're not. From your perspective, right, from our perspectives, we're selling information. But from your customer's perspective, they're trying to get a good feeling. Okay? FedEx realized early on that they weren't just selling package delivery. What they were selling was the customer being able to send something overnight and have it arrive where it was supposed to get fast so they could feel better. Right? They actually had an emotional need to get that thing there fast. Now, a mistake that many people make when creating an information product is focusing on, mysteriously enough, only the information. Now, yes, of course, someone who wants to buy your information and knowledge wants the information. And yes, they want to know how to do what they need to do to get what they want or avoid what they don't want. But the emotion level is before the information level. Okay, now I'm generalizing a little bit here, but our thoughts sort of kind of ride on top of our emotions. If we're in a pleasurable or a happy emotion, we have very different kinds of thoughts than if we're in a painful emotion or fear, or if we're not having any emotion at all. Emotions are becoming very popular right now. Most people have heard of Daniel Goleman's book, Emotional Intelligence. Maybe you've even read it, and the stream of inspired books that have followed. And as a group, we humans are getting more consciously in touch with our emotions. We're learning that we can practice with them and master our emotions. And I'd like to suggest to you that a better understanding of emotions, yours and the emotions of others, can dramatically increase your sales and your income. So let's put this idea into a diagram to make it easier to understand. So, thanks to the magic of video and my cool new graphics tablet here, and also the other room in my apartment, I can show you how this looks. So, here is you, and here is your customer or your student. And as you can tell, I'm a world-class illustrator. The point here is that each of you is looking at your information product from different perspectives. Each of you sees it differently. It means something different to each of you. Okay? Each of you is basically looking through a different lens at your information product. To you, you're looking through the informational lens. Right? This actually looks like a bunch of information. But to your customer, they don't want information. Remember what they want, right? They want to get the outcome that they want. They want to fulfill their emotional need. So to your customer, it's the solution to an emotional need. And the more that you can come around this side and look at it from your customer's perspective and create your information product to meet emotional needs, well, the more valuable it'll be, the more of them you'll sell, and the higher prices you can sell them for. Okay, let's go back in the other room and we'll continue this conversation. So for example, my company publishes a lot of relationship and dating advice for men and women. We've sold, about $100 million worth of information products and training on relationship and dating advice. Now, one of the things I learned early on when I was writing dating advice for men, when I was doing it myself, was that men had a lot of fear come up inside of them when they saw an attractive woman that they wanted to talk to, but they couldn't figure out what to say. So a man's informational need, is to know what to say. Maybe a good opening question or other approach to start a conversation. But that's just the information. What the guy is really concerned about, secretly, isn't just starting the conversation, it's not getting rejected. Okay? The reason he doesn't walk over and just say hello isn't because he doesn't know what to say. Okay? That's just the story. The real underlying reason why is that he's in fear. He's worried about being rejected, being embarrassed, or worse, having this woman that he likes get upset or even offended. So the informational need is the words, but the emotional need is to not get rejected. If I say to the guy, how to talk to a woman, that's speaking to one level, to his information need. But if I say to him, here's a 10-word phrase to start a conversation with any woman without getting rejected, this is much more powerful, right? It's talking to the emotion. And in fact, instead of calling them information products, we should probably start calling them emotion products. That's a name that will get you a long way when creating something that people really want to buy. The shift that we want to make is to start out not by listing a bunch of information that we know that we're going to package up and put in an ebook or an audio course or a training program. The way we want to start is by asking ourselves, what is it that my customer really wants, and what is it that they are worried about? What's getting them all fired up emotionally? When we start by making a list of their wants and their worries, and then we identify those wants and worries that are the most emotional, and then we list all the information and the techniques that we know to help them get those results and give them the emotions that we want, and then we build our product, our information product, based on that information. And even more powerfully, we use this stuff in our marketing. That's the key to selling a lot of information products. The information products that make the most money, in my experience, are those oriented around the emotional needs of customers. And here's the interesting part. Unless you know this, you won't see it. If you're looking at information products that are in niches outside of your own area of expertise, you won't see it because you don't know what the emotional needs are in that niche. So you won't see them. It'll just look like information. If you're looking at an information product or training that you want to buy, you'll only notice that the information being offered looks and sounds really valuable. But because we're so focused on what we want, or so focused on avoiding what's worrying us, we don't get the layer of the emotional need that's being addressed, even when it's talking right to us. Okay, so let's do an exercise together. Let's do our first blueprint together. So go down underneath this video and download the PDF exercise. And then print it out, and let's create an outline for an information product based on emotional needs. An outline for a product that people will really want to buy from you and pay you top dollar for. You might want to pause the video while you're printing out the exercise. Okay, great. So let's go. So this blueprint is about emotional needs and informational needs. When creating your information product, start by identifying wants and worries of your customer. Then, after you've identified these emotional motivators move over to the informational needs column and list what you'll teach your customer to meet the emotional need. Okay, so emotional needs. What are the wants and worries that your customer has? What are the specific results that they want to get and the specific things that they want to avoid? The things that are most motivating to them emotionally. Try to write down at least 10. Okay, go for at least 10. Challenge yourself. Once you've listed 10 emotional needs, 10 wants and worries, then move over to the informational needs column. What information and advice will help your customer get the want that they have or avoid the worry that they have? So what we're going to do is we're going to match them up. We're going to look over at the emotional need, and then we're going to write down the information that we're going to give them to solve their emotional need. Good. Write down one informational need, right? One piece of information that you're going to give, at least for every emotional need. And then finally, for extra credit, if you're just starting out, if you're a beginner and creating your first information product, go back over your list and number your emotional needs from most powerful to least powerful, with number 1 being the most powerful emotional motivator that your customer is experiencing. It's the biggest worry or want that they have. Number 2 is the second most motivating, etc., all the way through your list. Next, take the top 3 motivators, okay, the top 3, and then go look over at the information that you're going to share with them to meet those emotional needs, and then go and create a blog post or a short video or other piece of content that you can give away to prospective customers, okay, that teaches them specific techniques to solve the emotional needs and get the results that they want or avoid the worries that they don't want. If you're a professional and you already have an information product business, or you're a coach or a trainer, what I want you to do is identify the one single biggest emotional motivator that your customers have, and then go create a video training that goes deep, okay, teaching a technique or a series of techniques to solve that one most powerful need. Because you're experienced, you can nail the biggest need. You know what your customers want. If you really want to take this to the ultimate level, you can go and create an entire product or training program around that one need. By the way, watch all the rest of the videos that we're going to go through in this series before you do that. But I've done this over and over and created literally dozens of information products to solve specific emotional needs. That's where my best sellers come from. This really works. And now for the fun part. Okay, so let's have a party here. I've got some cool technology in action underneath this video, as you can see, where you can post a Facebook comment or post to Twitter using our hashtag. You'll see all the instructions down underneath the video. And we're going to put the submitted exercises that people have done along with links to content and videos so that everyone can see them and check out what others are doing. And to make this really exciting, I'm going to pick the best submissions between now and when I release the next video in the series, and I'm going to give the best 5 at my discretion. I'm going to pick them, either a new iPad, or for the very best submission, the one that I think is the most awesome, I'm going to give you a brand new 15-inch MacBook Pro, the new thin one with the high resolution Retina display. So let's really get into this exercise, okay? Really do it. And when you're finished, either snap a picture and post it to Facebook or Twitter, or go the extra mile and challenge yourself to really do something valuable for your customers and make a piece of content, make a blog post, or make a video and link to it. Again, instructions are below for how to submit your exercise or your other content, so go for it. When I release the second video in this series, I'll announce the winners of the 4 iPads and the 1 super fancy MacBook Pro. And finally, make sure you tune into the next video, because in that video, I'm going to teach you another blueprint for organizing your content and your information, right, and actually starting to create the product that will increase the value of what you're selling even more. Okay, so do the exercise, make your submission, show us what you've worked on, and I'll see you in the next video.